that is dead.
Do you bleed?
Harleen Quinzel.
Why did you say that name?
We can't save everyone in this war. It's not what we came here to do.
But it's what I'm going to do.
So hi.
Got you, yes.
Welcome to Binge Buddies, Hall of Just Us. I'm your host, always Brian Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt, Zombie Dog. Stupid tab went away. Ragman, I've already used that. Dykes.
That's a hell of a name. Stupid tab went away. Ragman. I've already used that one. Wow, that is one hell of a mouthful.
I mean, it is, and it's true. I have already used that one, but I'm trying to go on the fly here. You and I were trying to wait to see if Ryan would have time to jump on, and I kept waiting. And then as I hit start, he messages, "Hey, I'll be there in just a minute."
Brilliant.
So you got to be kidding me. So he'll be on when he's on. I'll let me reply to him really quick. The most riveting podcasting in the world, I know.
I mean, we could just start again, but we don't roll that way. Like,
no, we don't. We did that once for Joel's chair, but we don't even go into details about why we did that.
Yeah.
It's the only restart I've ever allowed.
Yeah.
But this week we're here talking yet again about the Suicide Squad. If you dial our show back to No Time to Rock, we've already talked about the Suicide Squad once. I love this movie. It is one of my favorite comic movies. It might be my favorite comic book movie. Every time I watch it, I have one complaint in the entire film, and that's it. The rest of it, I think, is pretty much damn near flawless. It is just a ton of fun. It's crazy, and I love it. So that's where I'm coming from as we start to critique this film. As you can tell from my customized background, I'm a fan of Starro as well. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Matt, where are you at on this one?
So I would say this is probably the best DC film ever. I don't know if it's the best comic book film. That for me, like Dread, will always like. Dread is a film that honestly, it's still to this day.
Right?
Yeah, that's the good one. It's not the Sylvester Stallone one. Jesus fucking Christ! Do not ever even think that I thought that was a good.
To be fair, he's really good in this movie.
He is, but he is also doing that kind of voice as well. Like, it works for this film. But no, like, yeah, because like for me, like, and Dread is the film that I'm so pissed off that never got a sequel, because my God, like the world that was created in that film. But Suicide Squad for me, easily the best DC film. Like, it probably would be my top 3 favorite comic book films of all time. I'm sure there's another one in there somewhere that's better, that fits into like position 2, that's not like a Marvel or a DC. It's one of those kind of like, oh, this is based on a comic book. You go, what, really? That's based on a comic book or something? Like
a Road to Perdition type, like
yeah, or a History of Violence. You know, one of those ones where you go, that's based on a comic. But I fucking love this film. I love this film so much. Like, and it's insane to like go from Suicide Squad to this, where it's like Suicide Squad was like so badly written, like the dialogue in it is just atrocious, to this film where it's like, holy shit, this is almost a perfect film. Like, almost a perfect film. Like, James Gunn's direction is fantastic, the screenplay is just brilliant, the dialogue in it is just so great, and just like all the characters that they bring in that they set up, it works so well. Like, I fucking love that opening sequence where they're doing the admin, not the admin people, the support people, they're all making bets on who's going to die first. And it's just like a peek behind the curtains of like, oh, that shit would go on. Like, you know, like there's no way that shit doesn't go on in these kind of things. And I fucking love it.
With the song behind it of These Are People Who Died, like it's so good. Like,
the music is great. Like the score is fantastic. Like the sort of like John Murphy's score throughout the film is fantastic, but also the choice of music works so well as well. It's not like Suicide Squad, where it's just like, here's a bit of like a 2-minute music video for this like really popular song that doesn't mean anything in context of the scene. Like the music choices, it's like it makes sense.
I will say the Suicide Squad's music choices are better than next week's choices. Whew.
Yeah, I know, but like next week is just a bad film. Like there is nothing redeeming in that film. Well, there's one redeeming thing, but we will talk about that one redeeming thing next week because that's probably going to be the whole conversation. So we need something to talk about. It might have
to watch. But this one, we have talked about this one before. All four of us have actually talked about this one before. Or had they? Ryan was on for
no. Ryan wasn't on. We had who did we have? I forget his name now. We had someone else on for No Wrong Time to Rock.
Man, I'm a terrible host. I don't have a clue who you're talking about.
We did have someone else on. I forget.
Oh, I'm sure we loved them at the time.
Oh yeah, we did. But in your defense, they did that season, and then never came back. So it was like they were like a one and done kind of thing.
Oh, was that Alex?
Yes, Alex. That was it.
Alex.
Yeah.
And, Alex
and that was
great.
like
I loved having Alex. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was what we did that in 2022. Was it?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was around that time. So yeah, it's 4 years ago, man. Like, that's insane.
But if you want to hear us talk about that one, you can go back. We'll have Ryan jump on when he's available here somewhere soon and kind of give his take on it. But our opinions have been well documented, so I don't really need to go crazy into the details of this one that I normally would. But there are things to talk about, and there are things that are very fun to talk about. Because when we did that one before, it was for Peacemaker, the series, which we should go back and do season 2 of, because that season 2 is wild. Lots of ups and downs. It's not my favorite season. I really wanted to love it, but it was really super duper okay, which is a bummer, because the things that work in that thing, John Cena, works so well. It's insane. Yeah. Vigilante, I disagree. I don't think he's good in that season. I think his performance is good, but they don't know what to do with him. He's a waste of time.
Yeah, there is that. But I enjoy every time he's on screen. But that's just because I
Freddie
enjoy.
Freddie Stroma is still amazing. He is still great, but they didn't know what to do with him, and it's just like it was very clear they didn't know what to do with him, and that was some of the major problems in that. There was a lot though, until Vigilante met Vigilante, and then it's like, oh, we've been waiting for this the whole season.
Yeah,
like that. That's just the grin on his face. Are you fucking kidding me? Like that was. That was great, but like I said, lots of ups and downs in that season, so there's a lot to dig into. But we'll get around to it at some point, maybe. I don't know what we're doing. I got the next 2 seasons lined up, and neither one of them are Peacemaker, so we'll see. Anyhow, so Suicide Squad, or The Suicide Squad, came out during lockdown. If you don't remember, the world shut down for about 2 years. A lot of people think it was like, oh, it's like a few months. Like, no, it was like almost a solid 2 years of, like, definitely one solid year of you're not going outside, and then a year of you can maybe go outside. And this one came out, correct me if I'm wrong, in 2021, right? So that'd be in that year of you can maybe go outside. And it's like, it's a bummer. And it's still a bummer to this day, because watching this movie, you're like, this should have been the revamp to DC. This should have been like, oh, they figured it out. We're good now. And granted, Black Adam was already in production, and Black Adam was ready to go. Oh, no, you're not. Like, fuck off. But watching this film, you feel like it should have been one of those $1 billion, like, oh, no, this is it. We're back. Like, we want a Bloodsport movie now. We want a King Shark movie now. We want to see more Harley Quinn. We want more. And instead, it's kind of a finale. And it's the last time we ever see Harley Quinn, or specifically Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, because then we got the animated series with Kelly Kuko, which is still phenomenal, but it's different. And
King Shark's different in that. Like, there's characters in the Suicide Squad and everything that appear in that show, and they're vastly different. Like, King Shark's amazing in the animated series. But
it's Ron Funches, right?
Yes,
yeah, phenomenal. But then, like, King Shark, this version does come back in Creature Commandos, which is very cool. The Creature Commandos is kind of like a sequel to this, but also kind of not, because, like, the only characters are really... He's in the last episode, and he's supposed to be in season 2.
Oh.
When they're creating the new team, one of the team members is King Shark, and he's been confirmed for season 2, so he is coming back. But it's not the same. And as much as that would annoy me, it also kind of doesn't. And we'll get into that in just a minute. But first, we got to, do our normal thing. Let's watch the trailer. And I have my favorite trailer of this one queued up because there were quite a few because, it was a movie that was coming out most likely during lockdown. No matter how much they tried to hold it off, we all knew it was pretty much coming for lockdown. So they tried to make
it did
money.
actually get a cinema release in the UK.
It did here too, but it was no one's going.
Yeah, I don't think I went. I don't think I actually went because I think at the time I just bought my house as well, and it was kind of got to get my finances sorted out a little bit first. I had a lot of work to do around the house. I just didn't, and it, that post lock. It took. I can't remember what the first film I saw, post lockdown at the cinema was. I think it was Dune Part 1, to be honest, because that was a film. I was like, I have to see this in a cinema.
I think the first movie, I kind of cheated because I went to a private cinema, but the first one that I had to see was Tenet because I'm like, I can't have a Nolan movie that I don't see in theaters. And I famously don't like most of Nolan's movies, but they're still such a cinematic experience. I'm like, I need to see them in a theater because that's the only place where they are truly amazing. So I went to that.
Was Tenet amazing? I fucking hate the sound mix in Tenet.
Oh, the sound mix is bad. The story is bad. The acting is bad, but it looks incredible. So I'm still happy I saw it in a theater. The look was amazing. But the amount of we don't need to hear this dialogue. Yes, you fucking do. Yes, you do. It's a bad choice. Anyhow, here, let's watch a trailer for The Suicide Squad. This is called the Rain trailer, if you're not familiar.
Robert Dubois. He's in prison for putting Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bomb.
Talk over it a little bit because we don't want to get completely demonetized.
We'll see.
From all that money that we don't make doing this.
Yeah, we're gonna say with the 4 viewers we've got. 4 viewers.
We still get takedown every now and then for our trailer watching, but I'm like, you're not gonna be able to monetize it. That's fine. I wasn't planning on it anyways.
I'm gonna say you cannot monetize with those 4 viewers you got. I know.
Good.
I'm aware.
Let's meet your team.
Don't have to email me and tell me I'm so terrible.
Each member is chosen for his or her.
I remember when I watched this trailer, and it was very clear that there was 2 groups. I didn't know what they were going to do with it, but it's there's very little footage with Group 1. I think they're all fucked.
Good to know.
Yeah. I don't think I actually watched the trailer.
Harley, it was
what kind of dog you
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I'm gonna go with
I don't think I actually watched the trailer for this. I think I was just I think I remember reading somewhere that basically it was a soft reboot. James Gunn was and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch it. I don't remember if I watched the trailer because this doesn't ring a bell. I haven't seen this trailer.
I watch this one a lot. If I'm in the mood for the movie, I'm just gonna put this trailer on because I don't have 2 hours to watch it right now. But this one works.
Starfish? This is a slang term for a butthole. Think there's any connection?
No.
No.
Just writes it down.
I tell a lie. I have seen a trailer for this. I did see a trailer for it. I saw the Red Band trailer because I remember that bit being in the trailer, and then it cuts to Polka Dot Man going out, or him saying we're all going to die, and then Polka Dot Man going, I hope so, and then it cuts back to for fuck's sake.
That's my dad.
I'm gonna get you out of real life.
I really, really wish none of the trailers had shown Starro. I wish Starro was a complete surprise.
I mean, this trailer's showing a lot from the end.
Oh, yeah.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
Now it. Stay off the comm.
that line in the film is so good. When that happens in the film where he's like, birds, Lanawi, stay off the comm. I fucking lose it every time because it is so good. Just the line delivery and everything like that is brilliant. It
just reminds me again and again that we're in a world with Joel Kinnaman where Joel Kinnaman does not get nearly enough work. He is so good.
He's getting the work now though. You look at
slowly but surely, but it's always specific shows on certain streamers that aren't super popular. So he is working, but I feel he
For
should
All
be
Mankind's
more
very popular, and he's consistently. He's
if you have Apple,
5 seasons on that. Yeah, but
Apple is not the most popular streaming service, not even close. So Yeah,
but it's got
also
some of the
no.
best stuff on it. For All Mankind, Slow Horses, and like, you know, all those kind of things. But they're all like critically acclaimed, and I think, yeah, I get what I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I think he's in a. What I like as well, like Joel Kinnaman, he's got past that really rough start he had in Hollywood, like RoboCop remake.
Oh, RoboCop fucked him so bad.
Yeah, it really did, because he is a phenomenal actor. He really is really good. Like, you watch him in For All Mankind, like, and like the concept of that is like the timeline jumps forward like a roughly 10 years each time. So by like season 5, he's like 80, and like and it's the way he's acting and moving around. It's just like, Jesus, he looks like he's actually 80. Like, he's moving the way that an 80-year-old would do. It's such a good performance.
Well, he's a great actor, and like it's clear he's a great actor, and like I don't blame David Ayer really at all for what we got out of Suicide Squad, or we'll just call it 2016, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, I don't really blame him for that. Like, I don't think it was necessarily the direction, because the casting, like even when we did the episode on that, like we talked again and again about the casting. The casting in that movie was on point, very well casted film. And it was just, it seems like a mix of editing and producer choices and studio choices that just kind of really bogged that thing down. And
I think that's very much a film that was made by commit in the end. It was like, oh, we've got the rough cut, and then a committee came and went, no, we don't like that. Do this, and they basically like kicked the director out of the film, and then just re-edited it and reshot it and all sorts of stuff as well. And like, it's really weird because you can kind of, like, I think we talked about it on when we did 2016. You can tell, like, there's shots where we go, oh, so that's in the original, that's from the original, and then you're like, oh, that's reshoot, because it feels different. It's got a different tone to it. Like, that's the thing that's really annoying about 2016 is like the tones are all over the place, whereas this one, like 2021,
extremely consistent.
The tone is so consistent. Yes, it has like really laugh out loud funny moments and like sort of and then also paired with serious, dark, dramatic moments. But it doesn't like feel like they come out of nowhere. Like, there's an organicness of like the way that you get that out there. Like, you know, the bit where you know, Ratcatcher 2's telling a story about her dad and everything like that. It doesn't feel like, oh, this is from another film or something like that. The tone, but it matches. Like, the tone feels like where we're going with the characters. It's like, oh yeah, this would make sense that she's telling this story. She does have a tragic backstory as well, so it doesn't feel like it comes out of nowhere, and it doesn't have that Marvel irritation of like, let's have the really tragic moment, but then let's cut it in with a joke straight away. Like, it lets the moment sit. No, and that's what I love about it.
James Gunn is known for doing that, though. He that is like his bread and butter, is undercutting serious moments with the joke. Like, the new Superman movie has it all over it. And I love the new Superman movie. I think it's fantastic, but it does still have that. This does too, but I think this is a better film than the new Superman movie, because when it does that undercut, it's still like in story and it still works. Yeah. And like my best example is Polka Dot Man. When you get the whole, like, when Peacemaker's just fucking had it. He's like, you need to tell me what's going on with that shit, because if it's contagious, I need to know. He's like, it's not contagious. He's like, well, tell me what it is. He's like, well, my mom worked at Star Labs. She was obsessed with making me and my brother and sister superheroes. She injected us with interdimensional viruses, and this is what I got. And he's like, I don't remember how exactly the conversation goes of like, I see my mom everywhere. And what you turn around, you get a joke. And it is clearly a joke. You see every version of the Suicide Squad as his mom, including even the rat. Like,
I was gonna say, even little Sebastian's like with the little glasses on as well. Like,
so like,
but
that
it
is
also
a really
doesn't
good joke.
Feel like it's a joke that doesn't feel out of place, because it also makes sense in the context of the film, because you're seeing it from his perspective, and it's a visual gag. It's not like someone came in with a witty one-liner that's like, you know, someone's just like, they've done 52 different versions of, and then like, oh, well, that's the funniest one. Let's go with that one. Mm-hmm. It's a visual gag which plays into the character, and it's not just there for funnies. It's there to make a point as well. You know, it's visually showing you what Polka Dot Man sees.
And then that informs the big Starro version of his mom later in the movie, because we get to see how he sees things. And like, do you see who that is?
It's your
mom. And then he dies, and it's
every time that moment happens as well, it just like, it is so It's so good because it's like it's tragic, but it's just so funny. Like it's just the way that David Dalmatian, is that how you say his name? Desmelchian, the way that he sort of like announces just like I'm a superhero, and then it's just like just like cut off. It's fucking perfect. It's so
I'm still
good.
okay with it. Like it makes me sad because Polka Dot Man's one of my favorite characters in this movie, but he goes out at his absolute happiest moment in life, and it's instant. So it's not like he needs to deal with like the pain or anything like that. It's just he's at the best moment of his life, and that's it. He went out on top.
Yeah,
like, good for you, dude.
I mean, yeah, that is pretty good. That's a good way of going. To be fair, like just instantly smushed by a big sort of like starfish arm. You didn't get half smushed and have to like bleed out or sort of like choke, not having any lungs or anything. No, just straight smashed.
Yeah, it's very much like Pillboy from Good Place in the Void. I was just hanging out. And I wasn't, and then I was. Oh, Dip, I'm out again.
Oh god, I love when we can just bring this back to Good Place. There's always a way to do
Good Place right now. Oh yeah, Good Place works in every situation. That still might be one of my favorite shows we've ever done on this thing. Like that show is just damn near perfect. But I'm gonna get my complaint of this one out of the way. Oh, Dip, I'm not again. And just was like arms going up like so good. But I want to get my complaint out of the way for this one. I think we talked a little bit about last time we talked about this movie. But I feel like it's the only time it breaks immersion for me. And it's in that last sequence when Ratcatcher 2 calls up the rats and the rats go after the star-covered people and they just fall down flat. It's the only thing I have wrong with this movie. It's like it doesn't make sense. Like everything else in the movie works. Why would a rat jumping on them just knock them down? And
they're not big rats either. They're like,
it's not like a bunch of capybaras. Like,
yeah. I mean, I know that something jumping at you is gonna make you fall, but not like one rat. Like they should have had like multiple rats hitting them if they want to knock the Starface people down. I mean, it makes sense at the end where the rats get in and then they chew it and then like Starro dies and falls over and then they all fall down. But yeah, like it is very weird when they're all sort of there and like all these rats sort of come and then it's like because they've animated so many rats, so just have more of them like hitting the people. And that you fix it. Like you fix it straight away with just like 3 or 4
even
more rats
hitting the people, or like the people like kind of like fighting them and falling down, something like that. But they all just kind of like this like plank just.
Yeah, they just like a rat.
Yeah, like it's the only thing in the movie that just rips me out of it, and it rips me out of it every single time. And it's like, and it's sad because it's like the most of the stuff with Ratcatcher 2 in this movie, being a dad really hits me like really, really hard, and like it will make me misty-eyed a lot. And as soon as that music starts coming up, and she's like, "This city was never yours; it was theirs." I'm like, "Oh, this is so good," and then that hits, and I'm like, "Ah!" Like every time it bothers me. But I guess in a 2-hour, 20-minute movie of just pure nonsense, if that's the only thing that bothers me, that's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, apart from that, I can't think of anything else that's like that's a negative on it. It is so good. It is so much fun.
Hey, look, we have Joel and his creepy fucking icon.
We have no audio.
Hey, look, we have Joel and we can't hear him.
Speaking of pure nonsense.
There.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10. Great job.
So welcome, Joel.
It's okay. We're past that.
Blackbriar Thorn DeWitt.
What's really funny is your video froze at that point. I was like, I don't know if all of Brian is frozen or not, but like the audio kept coming, so it was really amusing.
It's probably because I changed tabs. Because I'm doing I usually have separate systems up. I'm traveling right now, so I'm in my travel kit, so I don't have the same abilities I used to have.
I'm getting a little weird bit of deja vu here. I'm not sure why. I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Deja vu like this?
Do your thing, cuz.
Oh man. See, that makes re-recording this worth it. Just that.
I mean, you weren't here for this one, but I can hit you with this one too.
Joss Whedon sucks.
That's, you know what? Yeah, put disrespect on that name. That's fine.
Yeah.
That was the point.
The bullshit AI could not pronounce Whedon, so it's just saying Wedded. I'm like, close enough. Like, I know I can go back through and I can change the prompt and get it to work, but like, I don't really like AI that much, so fuck it. Like, I got what I got.
You know, the most human things that come from AI is the stuff that's wrong. Just saying.
That's true. But I love his little shitty horn every time. If you're only listening to our show and you've never watched us on YouTube, you should come check us out on YouTube just to see this shitty fucking clown. It's just
all this bullshit. Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Now, Joel, you were you on when we did this one the first time? You were, right?
Yes, because that was part of No Wrong Time to Rock, right? We did this, and then we did
Peacemaker season 1.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. Yeah. So where are you at now on this one? We're just kind of chatting a little bit. Like we're going over the problems we had with it, which I only had one. But where are you now on it?
I mean, within the context of the whole universe stuff going on, I think it's still one of the best that we've watched out of the series easily. It's top 10%, no problem. I think it's just with the context of me seeing, Batman v Superman and the right Justice League version and Birds of Prey and a few other things like that. It's going to be lower down the list than I thought it'd be, but it's still going to be pretty high up there, right? Because it's still a very good movie with very little to complain about. I mean, the little, I feel like I'd be, complaining by degrees if we went over some of this stuff again. Like
it's one of those like. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. The sum is greater than its parts, you know, and everybody's making an effort. And so it's really hard to begrudge anybody for what missteps they might have had. So like you talk about the polka dot guy, near the end there. And it's like his thing's a little ham-fisted. It's a little throwaway. A lot of it's very jokey, but it works. Mm-hmm. You're okay with him getting very little character development or growth because it pays off so well at the end where he's finally having his hero's moment and then he just gets squashed.
And it is like an ensemble. So like there's only so much kind of like character development and growth you can do for like all the characters. So like you have like Bloodsport is the one that like is the primary sort of focus on character development because he's kind of like the leader of the team, as it were.
Bloodsport and Harley gets her own movie inside this movie. So
yeah, but like even then you do have a lot, like each of the individual characters does get their own kind of like they get some sort of development and story beats and stuff like that. Like it handles that sort of ensemble really well, I think, especially for an ensemble where like we haven't had them having their own films to set up who they are. So like a lot of it is just kind of like you have to set up who the characters are and stuff like that. Harley's had her own film. There was Rick Flag had Suicide Squad, but there was less character in Rick Flag in Suicide Squad than there is in the Suicide Squad, I think, to be fair.
I think the more direct comparison would be between this and Birds of Prey. When you're talking about the structure and how they try to conglomerate everything, to your point, that each character in the Suicide Squad gets a pretty decent backstory and character profile up front that then contextualizes what happens in the movie, right? And Birds of Prey, it's like they're all their distinct characters coming together, but it's really all sort of forced into a grouping together to center around Harley Quinn. Like she's the satellite that everybody goes around. And, she's nobody else on that movie is quite as well fleshed out and developed as she is. Right. This movie, pretty much everybody on the page, I've got a good feel for what their motivations are, why they do the things they do. And it just all works really well cohesively.
Joel, I like the way you do your things.
Welcome, Ryan. Sorry, Ryan. Hold on, Ryan.
Oh, you froze again. Quit opening tabs.
No, Sergeant Gorilla Lutens.
I should, fine, whatever.
I was gonna give you a nice one, but you started yelling at me, Sergeant Gorilla.
I mean, that is something that Sergeant Gorilla would probably do. He would just yell at people.
King Shark, that's fine.
No, those aren't obscure. We just watched a movie with them. So Ryan here is the only one who wasn't on the first time we recorded this, and I swear we're going to stop introing this thing half an hour into the episode, but at some point. But Ryan, where do you land on this one, since you were not involved the first time we recorded it?
I love this movie. This movie's great. I love sharks. I love killer sharks. They did Killer Shark great. This movie is funny. This movie doesn't take itself seriously, but it does take itself seriously. It is the perfect mesh of things that needed to happen for DCU to get a revival. It's
very short revival,
right? You give it to the hands of someone who actually knows how to make a comic book movie, and you actually get a comic book movie. And the stark contrast between Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad is just how bright and colorful thing is. You don't need to be dark and movie to have a good movie. And that's what this movie really kind of hammers home. I love the violence in it. The violence is believable. And it's a fun movie, which makes it great.
Yeah. And it does something that I don't think a lot of movies can do. It makes legitimate villains the good guys.
Yeah.
The first one tried to do this and it never really fully got there. Whereas this one, by having the camp scene where they go through and murder all of the guerrilla warfighters.
Yep.
And them showing off, these guys are bad guys, for sure. Even if they're bad guys doing the right thing, they are absolute villains. They're very proud of the way they can murder the fuck out of people. Yeah. Since I just watched the rest of Black Adam this morning before we record next week's, I'm like, Hawkman would have a severe problem with everyone in this movie.
Stop!
What I love as well is in that camp scene, you've got the bit where Peacemaker shoots the guy over his shoulder, and then it's non-lethal, doesn't count. And it's exploding compression bullet, and then it's poof, the guy just explodes behind him, and then it's oh yeah, they're having fun murdering these people. They are definitely bad guys at this point. They are villains.
The flip side of that is when they come to the realization that they're killing freedom fighters. There's it's Polka Dot Man. Yeah, we killed them.
Yeah.
I turned them into my
mother and I killed them.
Yep. And then the Nawe is and then Outlaw.
Oh yeah, the Nawe just coughs up the guy's hat finger with the ring on.
That poor guy, the first guy who gets eaten by Nanawe, that just.
I loved it.
I mean, what's worse though? Being eaten by the Nanawe or the rat going in the mouth and choking him to death?
No, it's the payoff. When he picks up Ratcatcher, he's about to eat Ratcatcher. We're oh, that's gonna be cool. We don't get to see it, and then he just does that to another guy, and so the payoff is there. And I like that. That's how they did it.
And just the guy's scream is very believable. That no. Oh, that's real bad. But that camp sequence to me feels like something that would fit in with our original show, Venture Brothers. That feels like that sort of vibe. If that happened in an episode of Venture Brothers, I'd be yeah, that tracks. This feels pretty much dead on. Just the whole
Brock and Shaw
alert me. Yeah. Yes. Perfect. Why did my people let me know that you were here?
I mean, it reminds me totally of Venture Brothers when they hit Dummy Corp and with Red Death, and then it's how long till they wake up?
I haven't watched the whole Venture Bros in a while, and I'd forgotten about that moment. But that
when they come up in the lift, it's ah,
just the getting louder as the lift gets higher and higher.
Oh hi! The building is secure. How long do we have until they wake up?
Quite some time. Oh man, Venture Bros is a good show. All right, so we're going to kind of ping pong all around this thing, kind of like I've mentioned, we've been doing for the past half hour. But knowing that we've already talked about this thing before, and we've kind of talked a little bit about it, the thing that I'm very interested in is kind of what Ryan hit on, what Matt has hit on, of this thing kind of felt like it was supposed to be a revival for DC. DC had been, I mean, as we've been watching them, I think getting a little too much hate. I don't think the movies were nearly as bad as people wanted them to be or thought they were. Felt very bandwagon hatred. But as we're going through,
it became like a meme. Hating on DC became a meme at that point. It was it was basically new DC film came out. Yes. Oh, it's gonna be shit then. It's you haven't even seen a trailer at this point. You're already judging the film because
when you watch
kind of
Birds of Prey,
reminds.
it's like
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It reminds me of like Pixar with other animated films, right? Pixar had this inertia for so long where they had just built up this pent up goodwill, and it felt like sometimes when they won awards and things, it was just because they were the Pixar thing. I feel a similar thing to this, where it's like DC could have had great movies, but it was being overshadowed by this train that was moving 90 miles per hour and not slowing down.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough to overcome that inertia.
But like watching a movie like this, watching a movie like Birds of Prey, it's like, no, these things were not the complete shit pile. Fuck, even watching Aquaman. Like Aquaman might not be the best movie ever, but it's a ton of fun. Like, and that one actually did clear $1 billion, so people actually saw that one, but it still didn't have a great reputation. Kind of like Avatar movies. They make $2 billion, but everybody hates them. So it's like, how much did you actually hate this? But this one, all of these movies had that same sort of vibe, and then we get this one, and it's like you kind of want more after it. But now here, you know, what, 7 years later, 5 years later, 6 years later, and there's no chance. Like Margot Robbie has moved on. Idris Elba has moved on. These people are all going off and doing different, sometimes better, sometimes more obscure, but whatever, different things. There is no other Suicide Squad coming. Some of these characters might pop up in Creature Commandos. They might pop up a little bit in some of the new James Gunn universe. But for the most part, there is no the Suicide Squad, or however the fuck they try to title it a second time.
The Suicide Squad.
Just Suicide Squad, comma, the.
The Suicide Squad exclamation point.
There we go. Yeah, like who fucking knows?
Or
but it's never coming. No, Suicide Squad? Like
Suicide Squads. Like aliens.
Yeah. But rewatching this thing now over this past week, because it took me quite a few viewings because I'm very busy on my trip here. When it ends, as much as I want more, I'd rather have this perfect movie and not get it kind of blasted out in the universe with a bunch of spin-offs and all these other things. Like, because to me, this movie is like a damn near perfect movie. And as much as I want more, I think it almost stands better being a solo act. That you can throw on this movie without watching a single other movie in this DCEU and have a great time.
But it does have a spin-off, Peacemaker, which is
it does
fantastic as well.
But which is great, but like it doesn't. I mean, mostly, I don't need another movie. Like, if you want to see these other things, that's great. But like, it doesn't. This movie does not need the Peacemaker series. It's great that it's there, but I don't need it. And Peacemaker series, beyond that connection of him being in this movie, doesn't really feel tied to this movie much at all.
There's like a few bits and pieces, but it's mostly character stuff. There's like no like sort of real story beats that are like really connected in the series. It's more about like the Peacemaker character and like, you know, how he evolves. Like, you know, like the Suicide Squad is almost like, you know, ground zero, and then like his evolution sort of like really happens throughout the Peacemaker series. Which is quite interesting because it's there's like, you know, him killing Rick Flag, which is what is the turning point for Peacemaker, really. Like, he doesn't want to do that. Like, you know that he doesn't want to do that. You can
see it on his face when he does it.
Yeah,
and he's like, like the like, you know, when he does actually do it, he's got like, John Cena does a really good job of like, you know, emoting that regret of like having to like, I've been ordered to do that. I need to do this, but I really fucking don't want to, and I hate that I've had to do it as well. Like, he's a really good actor. He's probably the best like ex-wrestling actor like that we've had ever, I think.
If it wasn't for the Peacemaker series, I'd probably argue what's his name? Batista from I would have argued.
I always forget he was a wrestler though, to be fair, because like, you know, I didn't know him as a wrestler really. Like, I know John Cena being a wrestler just because he like he always sort of like, there's a lot more talk of it, like when he's in interviews he talks about his career in wrestling a lot more.
Well, Batista also kind of stopped, where Cena just keeps going. Like, he wants to act, he wants to wrestle, he wants to do everything. So it's a little different. I'm not really into wrestling much, so I don't really follow him from there. Like, I knew him as like, I knew who John Cena was, but like, it wasn't really a thing. Honestly, it was this movie that made me a fan of him. And Blockers to a degree. If you ever saw Blockers, he was really fucking good in Blockers. Blockers is not a great movie, but he is great in it. He is hysterical.
Fair.
But he does have like he's very good on like he's got some real sort of like the comedic timing he has is great as well. Like in this, and then like when you see him in Peacemaker as well, like he knows how to get that sort of that timing just right for like the joke to really land. But he's also got some really good dramatic chops as well.
He does. Oh man, the season 2 of Peacemaker, when they're murdering one of his family members in front of him and he has to yell at them to stop. It is like, whoo, like rip your heart out. Like that hurts.
Yeah.
Like his performance is so good, but like seeing him here where like he's John Cena. He is the wrestler John Cena, like, this is not somebody you expect to be a great actor. Idris Elba is somebody you expect to be a great actor. Idris Elba's always been a great actor. And seeing their chemistry together is phenomenal. Like every time, like from the camp scene where we talked about, but like during the sequence where King Shark's trying to eat Ratcatcher 2 and he shows up in his underwear and he's like, tighty whities, really? That's racist.
Yeah. It's what makes this great is in the first Suicide Squad, you didn't feel the rapport. This one, you feel the rapport. You feel like they genuinely are there. Like these are people that you believe. Like Will Smith and Jai Courtney, all that stuff. It's just like this feels a little forced. This one just felt very natural. Like Ratcatcher was the one holding them all together. You've got the two alphas trying to vie for a spot. You've got the lovable dumb loser. You've got, the guy with a lot of mental issues in terms of Polka Dot Man. It just worked. Everything meshed together. Not the case for the original.
And it almost looks like effortless.
Yes.
As well.
It's very easy. They just kind of fit.
Well, because the characterization of them in the Suicide Squad makes a lot more sense logically than what was trying to be portrayed in Suicide Squad. All the characters as part of the Suicide Squad, the first one, they tried to give some weird morality stance behind all of them. It wasn't just like we're bad guys, but we might have a twinge of feeling and try to save each other kind of thing. It was like, let's step up and be superheroes kind of stuff. And it doesn't work. I mean, the sort of grime and the nastiness that these characters treat each other with at times feels a lot more real or true to character than the sort of like I'm no hero kind of thing that Will Smith is doing in the first one.
Will Smith.
And I think as well, like the problem as well with Suicide Squad over the Suicide Squad is like even if they may have been in the original cut, they may have had perfectly great chemistry. But because they start to you start to do like reshoots and trying to cut things together and trying to change the story, like if you're trying to insert other elements into it, it's going to mess the chemistry up as well. Yeah. Like if all of a sudden like the characters have been one way in the original cut, now they've got to start being this other way. If you're mixing like footage from the two things that you've done, like you're gonna like the sort of like the chemistry is gonna be out of balance, and it's just not gonna work. Which is why that bar sequence, like even though it is really good, it just feels like it comes out of nowhere. Like in the first one,
because it does. Because we're stepping into David Ayer's movie for a minute. It's like, oh wait, I want to watch the rest of this movie. This is much better. The other thing that this one does better than 2016 is the 2016, like just going like to the baseness of like, if you enjoyed the comic book of The Suicide Squad and you want to watch a movie based on that book, the mission they get sent on in 2016 doesn't really make sense for Suicide Squad to get sent in. That is a city problem about a villain that's showing up. This is a great time to call in Batman or Superman. Like great time. Wonder Woman, like send her, like that is their bread and butter. Like bad guy, go smack in the face till they stop being a bad guy. This one, we are covering up government secrets. That's a Suicide Squad mission. You are expendable. As many of you die, I don't care. You got to make sure that the civilians do not find out that we've been testing other people for this huge government war project like monstrosity.
I love that it's in Corto Maltese as well. I fucking love that it's Corto Maltese. Because it's like Corto Maltese is that sort of, it's in Dark Knight Returns. It's basically the DC's like proxy for like Cuba or something like or some other sort of like South American nation. Like it's very sort of like cold. It's got this sort of like Cold War intrigue feel to it as well. Like I love that they used Corto Maltese for it. Like there's just something like because it's like then you can just be like, oh well, we'll just have fun with it, because it is one of those things like it doesn't have to be based on a real nation, so we can just make it what we want. But it's also very much tied into like people who like DC, they're gonna know about Corto Maltese. Like, you know, we've heard, like, it was mentioned in the first Tim Burton Batman film. Like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like you hear the name, you go, wait, I know that. Like, what is that? And it's so good. And like and the setting, like that beach scene, like just how it all looks and how it's put together, and then you get the bits like in the jungle, then you get the sort of like the city stuff as well. The sort of the visuals and the settings and everything like that, they're just so fresh and unique. It's really like, God, I love the sort of the visuals and the locations throughout this film as well. It just feels more real than the original Suicide Squad, where it felt like they're on a backlot somewhere, whereas this feels very sort of like lived in and real and stuff like that. Yeah,
and like, I don't need the rebellion story. Like, it doesn't really help the movie too much for me. Like when the Cult of Artesians take over at the end, they splatter the girl from the Daily Planet in blood and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's like this doesn't really help my enjoyment in the movie, but it makes the movie more real. Like, it gives it that extra layer of like world building of like, it's 30 seconds of the movie. If you lose that scene entirely, you lose most of that scene, that stuff. It's like the movie will still work. It'll still be funny. The action will still be great. Everything will still work, but that world building is gone.
Because it feels more real as well of that covert aspect of it. Like, you go in, you get in contact with the locals, and then they help you sort of like go undercover and like get into, like, you know, they get into the bar to get the thinker and all that sort of stuff. And it just has that sort of, it has that real world, like, again, Cold War kind of like spy shit.
Well, it's like a video game. Like, you have to do all these side missions to get to your main objective. Whereas the first one is just like, just go kill Enchantress. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a quick pause. Joel, are you clicking a whole bunch?
Sorry,
we're hearing so many clicks. We're trying to be good podcasters and like message you on the side. I'm like, I don't think you see our messages. We just keep hearing more clicks. The one thing he's not clicking on is the messages we're sending saying, please stop clicking so much.
Hand check.
Somebody got the spray bottle. Joel, stop.
It's all good. Like, I'm just gonna lean into it at this point.
Yeah.
It's too funny not to.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll pay for this later. It's fine.
No, it's fine. I mean, this is what we get for low budget podcasting, folks.
Yeah, you want it to have better production values? Give us money.
Well, then I have to stop playing trailers.
But going back to the whole thing about the mission, what I really enjoy too is when they finally get to the Jotunheim. It shows what everybody's doing, and it says, you know, several minutes later or several minutes before. I really enjoy that aspect because you're seeing the whole team. Like, he wants you to know that everybody, what they're doing is important, and I think that's I just like that moment because it really allows for creative storytelling, and I think that's unique for a movie like this. You know, Avengers, they don't have that. You know, or Justice League, you don't have that. This is what this group is doing. Now wind it back, and this is why the building's falling apart.
Yeah,
but like
I like the playing with the sort of like the time. Yeah, that it does it a bunch of times. It does it like, you know, when we have that initial beach scene, and then we go back to finding out there's, like, you know, when we find that there's a second team, we go back and we see their briefing, and then when we see them arriving on the beach, there's that big explosion. We're like, oh, that's the helicopter explosion from earlier. So and I like how it plays with like the sort of like, it's not for the most part it's very linear. Like, it's not like Pulp Fiction, for example, where you got like, you know, this bit, then you go back, and then there's all sorts of, it's very linear for the most part, but it plays with like the time frame, like the timeline a little bit, to the point where like a better degree, because like if you take all those scenes in that sort of last bit in Jotunheim, and you mix them together as they're happening, you just kill the sort of the momentum, the flow, and like the pacing would just be off. So you put them into two separate sequences, and then you get that sort of that cut, and then it just goes to like 8 minutes earlier, and you're back into like and do you know what? And I haven't really talked about Jotunheim that much. I love a good sort of like high, like top secret facility in a film or something like that. You know, like one of these big things. Jotunheim is brilliant. It's so good. Like the design of Jotunheim, that big tower thing. There's like you go up. There's a basement to it. Like it's like Bond villain kind of like type of layer stuff. I love that shit. I love it. Like give me a volcano layer and shit like that in films. Like, you know, we don't have that crap anymore. And like we get like stuff like Jotunheim, and it's like, yes, give me more of this. Hook it up to my veins.
As good as Jotunheim is, having Peter Capaldi's thinker be the one in charge of it, it's like it's perfect. Like like
his introduction, like where like there's the dead scientist, and he just kind of skips over like the dead body, and like it just such a good introduction.
So belittling of like that makes your brain good. Yes, it makes my brain good. He's just such an asshole, but it works, and like
such a good.
He has such little screen time in this movie, but has such a big presence. Like if you actually count his minutes, I think he's only in it for like 10 minutes.
He owns it.
But he feels like he's a major part of the film, and to the point where he's getting ripped in half by Starro. It's like, yeah, fuck that guy. Like he deserves it. And it's like I've barely seen him in this movie.
Well, it's the bit where you find out that like the I think his shining moment in his performance is the bit where like one of the Starro people says that like basically he's been molesting them as well, like having sex with them or something like that, and it just cuts back to Peter Capaldi, and he just sort of goes like that. He just has that look on his face, is like, you know, oh well, whoopsie daisy, and he's just like, oh god, that is so like it's horrifying, but it's such a good like character beat.
You know everything about
it. Just tells you so much about that character. It tells you everything you need to know about that character in one look.
But no, the best moment for him is do you want 1,000 angry rodents climbing up your ass? Oof, my answer may surprise you.
Yes. I almost had that as my line. This movie is so quotable.
Oh my god, like
really
the quotes I have is I got almost 2 pages of quotes. Like
you can only pick one, Matt.
Yeah, only one.
2?
One.
We'll see.
1 plus 2?
We'll see how it goes, because we're almost at an hour, and I wanted this one to be the shorter one, but there's actually quite a bit to talk about because the movie's a ton of fun. What haven't we hit that we really want to make sure that like if we're never going to record an episode on this movie again, which who knows? I didn't think we'd do it twice. What's something you want to make sure we didn't miss?
Damn it. CGI.
Another thing with this one that like you had it a lot with Zack Snyder's Justice League. This one also does the idea of like splitting it into issues. You've got like the little titles coming up, like, you know, with the end you've got like the Suicide Squad versus Starro the Destroyer as well, like
the Conqueror,
Operation Jotunheim.
Get it right.
Operation Harley.
Yeah. Starro the Conqueror.
We watched the same movie. Yeah, get fucked. Anyway, back to CGI. The CGI in this movie is flawless. Flawless victory on every aspect. This just goes to show you that James Gunn knows how to make comic book movies. He knows how to make things look seamless and effortless. You have a giant star as your starfish, as your villain, as a kaiju monster. It looks amazing. You have a guy walking around as a shark. Looks amazing. You have a building falling. Looks amazing. I mean,
looks like a building falling. Like they do so much, like just the little details in the building falling. Like, you know, the bricks like collapsing and it kind of like it having that sort of like where it just kind of like it's almost like liquid because everything's just falling apart.
You make King Shark tear someone in half, and when that person is in half, you see his rib cage sticking out.
Yeah.
Flawless.
Oh yeah.
I love that shot. That is comic book panel shot of him like that. It's just that is brilliant.
The scene where King Shark stands up after falling out of the building and he's like breathing really heavy.
Yeah.
Like you almost can't convince me it's CG. Like I would almost be like, well, that's a puppet because that's there on set. There's no way that's not there on set.
That's Sylvester Stallone in a suit.
No, it's the Economos in a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stallone wasn't on set. He did everything in the studio. But John Economos, he filled in.
Yeah.
Which is
Economos, motherfucker.
Yeah. I just really love that he did the mocap. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, CG is amazing. Matt and I already kind of touched on it before you guys jumped in. Needle drops in this movie work perfectly every time compared to next week where they fucking suck every time.
There are no needle drops in that suite. It all just bleeds together in a symphony of awful.
Oh, I want that on my I want to get this on Blu-ray and change out the box to have that. It all bleeds together in a symphony of awful. Joel. That's a box quote if I've ever heard one.
No, I don't know if you guys have talked about story, and this kind of goes with what Matt was saying about how it's kind of interjected and broken into sections. But again, like the story feels like a comic book issue as we're moving through. You know, this is the section where we infiltrate the Jotunheim. This is where we battle Starro. This is where we rescue Harley. Like all of that, it really gives that feel, which is kind of what the disconnect is. We didn't really get the feel of a comic book movie in the other DC Universe films, except for this one. I definitely feel like I was picking up a different issue as I was watching something new. So the storytelling is just phenomenal. And I have we talked about the opening? The opening when everyone dies and you think, oh shit, what movie is this? And then you just see that's just a diversion of other villains getting killed. Like these are all just MacGuffin characters that are getting blasted away. I mean, you have Mickey Rourke or Michael Rourke, sorry.
Michael Rooker. We got there.
Thank you. We got there. But you have him, and he's a big name guy. He always works with James Gunn, and he just gets blasted. So it's just it's
Nathan Fillion is like the detachable kid. Oh god, the detachable kid.
Green Lantern later.
Well,
when the hands come out.
The fact that he's dying because his arm got shot, like he's just spitting up blood because his arms have been shot.
That might be one of the best focus pulls I've ever seen in a film. Like them shooting the arms and then the focus pull to him like really far in the back, just riding around in the beach on the ground.
Just the badass moment of all right, deploy the detachable kid. Both arms come off and they float across the field, and then just kind of start slapping him.
It's like, wait, what are you doing? And then. And then Holly's like, what the fuck? And then you just got Rick fucking, I didn't pick the damn team.
But what I liked the most is the fact that you had Harley and Captain Boomerang. She's like, all right, these are people from the first one. So these guys are going to live. It's fine. This is going to be our team. Nope. Captain Boomerang dies and Harley gets captured. And then
even Boomerang kind of makes it feel like that's going to happen with his line on the helicopter. Like, we're in a butcher's freezer here, Halls. Like, oh, be nice. Like, they've done this 1,000 times.
Yep. And let's not forget everyone's favorite, Weasel.
Hey, Weasel comes back, man.
Weasel's great. I love it. Just
Weasel has one of the...
I love that
Weasel has the best episode of Creature Commandos. If you haven't watched Creature Commandos, the backstory on Weasel will make you cry.
Yeah.
It's tragic.
It's funny because how they do his second introduction, because you see Weasel like, what is this thing? And then you get him early and he's just licking glass. You're like, yep, that tracks.
And that's
my favorite bit with Weasel, though, is just when you just say, ah! It's like, did anyone check if the Weasel could swim?
Who is this?
It just cuts back to the thing, and just like you have Waller just slowly turning and looking at Economos, and him just there like,
What? I'm not a big Pete Davidson fan, so I'm not glad he got shot in the face, but I'm glad I didn't have to see him the rest of the movie.
Oh, I'm glad
he has been growing on me more and more. I've been growing to like Pete Davidson. I don't know why. Maybe it was Bupkis, but I've been starting to enjoy him more and more. But him in this movie, I think he's perfect for Blackguard. Like it works so well. And him to be the shitbag who betrayed them, which Waller definitely knew. Like Waller absolutely knew he betrayed them. Like she's just like, go for it. Like you're a distraction anyways. Betray away. But the fact that he's the first one who dies and his face just gets completely just indented.
Yeah. I love how it sets the tone as well for this one as well. It's like, this is not just like a PG-13 film. This is R-rated, and it's just like the immediate just explosion of blood and no face.
Yeah. Solid movie all around. But here we are at an hour, so I think we should move into quotes, so we can get into next week's episode that we're also excited to record.
That would be short. I got nothing. Can we talk about Pierce Brosnan for an hour?
I mean, kind of have no choice. All right, I'm gonna go first because like we have so many quotes that we can go through that are hysterical and amazing one-liners and just great things all around. But I talked about those last time we recorded this episode. So the thing that I didn't mention last time that I think it's just phenomenal foreshadowing, and I love it. It's when they're in the bar, and the bar sequence is one of my favorite sequences in the movie. We're going to talk about it much, but it's just an absolutely brilliant sequence. But it's the here's to being alive in 3 hours. Speak for yourself. I'll be alive. And the guy who said here's to being alive in 3 hours is the one who died. It's like, fuck. That's mine. Matt, you're up.
Is that rat waving at me? I believe it is. Why? Probably because it's friendly.
Whole group of comedians, and we both picked the Joel Kinnaman lines. All right, Joel, you're up.
Why are you in prison? I got road rage in a bank.
Oh man,
I had
Harley's
one
so
picked out
good.
before that, and then I realized I'm pretty sure it's the quote I had last time. so I pivoted.
That's funny. Like that's the only reason I didn't really talk about the Harley escape scenes because I'm pretty sure we hammered it last time, which was amazing. But we all know it's amazing. So.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's just capped off as well with that brilliant bit of where she walks out, and then they're doing their big rescue thing. She walks out and goes, "You gonna rescue me?
I can go back
Go back inside."
just blood sport on the wall. That's patronizing.
Well, that's a good meeting because that my quote is between the two of them. It's after everything's all said and done, and we've lost a lot of our members, including Milton, and they're talking about Flag, and Harley Quinn goes, "Flag was my friend," and Bloodsport goes, "Mine too, and I haven't got many of those." And Harley goes, "I could be your friend, Milton," and Bloodsport goes, "Not my name." What are you talking about? We just had a conversation for like 3 hours about how your name is Milton. Didn't. Yes, we did. No. Just the short responses. Just the matter of fact. Not my name.
I just love like the callback as well to like it being like the guy called Milton who died earlier.
She'd already forgotten once.
Yeah, and Polka Dot's like absolute freak out about it. He was a really great guy. He's like,
"You've been with us the whole time."
It is one of those things like when you see him in that scene, it's like, wait, why is that guy still with him? Oh, because he's gonna die. He's there to die.
He's like, "Oh, Milton."
Yep. And then she still doesn't get it right.
No. Yeah, as a
the other quote that was in there for me was the whole bag of the dicks on the beach, the beach of dicks one. Like, it's just the like the capping off like why would someone put penises on beach? Like, who knows what madmen do?
It's a good movie, guys.
I always want to like the trailer quote of the unless what they're showing off is dope as fuck. That's a great line.
Yeah.
I don't love Idris's response to the fuck. That's true. It just doesn't feel like an Idris Elba line.
Yeah,
it's not his best read.
That was probably the only comedic line that felt forced.
Yeah, they could have left it at unless what they're showing off is dope as fuck. They could have just left it right there and it worked great.
Yeah.
But the fuck that's true just doesn't fully land. It's not bad.
It would have been better if like not having the fuck that's true. It'd be better if it was just like just a look at him just going like
or just him him going shit.
Yeah. Or even just the fuck. Like and just that would have been enough. It's just that's true. It's just it's one beat too far.
It's too much validation.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't validate anything for Peacemaker. He doesn't fucking need it.
No. He needs knocking down a peg.
Could you imagine if Vigilante was on this mission with them? Like he would have loved that camp.
Oh man.
He'd have like walked into the camp holding the head of someone like from there going, "Hi guys."
It's almost a shame we're not watching Peacemaker again.
Hey, you know what? We can do season 2. That can be on the list. There's a lot to talk about season 2 that's really good, and there's some that's really, really not so good. But there's a lot that's really good. But That's for a different time. We've got, like I said, I've already got our next 2 shows lined up, and one of them is pretty long. So we'll see what happens after that. And then Matt's always been talking about wanting to do Venture Brothers again. So that's like half a year if we decide to do that, if not longer, depending on how we do that.
It's easily longer than a year. There's 70 odd episodes.
I said, depending on how we do it. We've already done it once. We don't need to do every single episode again. We can figure out. It's our own show. We can do what we want. But that's for a different.
Every episode.
I know. Anyhow, we're still not doing plugs, right? Because why?
Got nothing to plug.
Yeah, whatever.
Great. So I will plug this much. I will say tune in next week when we talk about Black Adam, because holy fuck, what a movie.
Not in a good way.
This is a movie.
He's not praising it.
It has like 88% on audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. People love this movie. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. But I was looking up today. Apparently, when it hit streaming, the fan rating went from like 0 to like way high. People were like, "No, this movie's great." And I'm like, "This movie? Are you sure?"
Wayne paying for a bot army to inflate user scores. That's all.
I mean, I think it is, because when you look on Letterboxd, it's got a rating of like 2 point something.
That's pretty high.
2.2.
As we all know, as we all lived through it, The Rock was very adamant that we knew the hierarchy of DC was about to change. So tune in next week when we find out that what he meant was it's about to change is it's all getting fucking canceled. This is it. We're done. We're going to finish the movies we had in the pipeline, but that's it. Fuck it all.
If the Suicide Squad is like, yeah, we're back, Black Adam is like a big rock-shaped hole in that.
It is
no.
Suicide Squad is going, I'm a superhero, I'm a motherfucking superhero, and Black Adam is Starro. Bam!
Yeah.
There it goes. All right, so tune in next week. We're going to rip that movie to shreds, except for like 1 or 2 things. But that movie is going to get the fuck beaten out of it. So if you want to listen to a good walloping, that'll be our episode.
Get your chainsaws out, people.
Oh, you set it up so well.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the button ready. I'm still going to hit it.
Do your thing, cuz.
Every time.
We're done. All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.